So well, hi folks. I've got the guitar out for a change, and there's a specific reason for this. I'm not a guitar player, by the way. I am a retired music teacher, so I can play it a little bit, but don't expect anything too fantastic. The reason I'm doing this is that I showed a friend how to play something simple on the guitar, but in spite of that, something that you could impress people with, perhaps. And she actually forgot it. So, rather than put her through the indignity of me showing her again, I thought I'd share this with the world. And I'm sure there's a lot of folks out there who've perhaps picked up a cheap guitar and thought, you know, I'd like to learn this, or perhaps you've tried. And this is a little party piece that you can learn. And I beg forgiveness from all my professional guitar playing friends at my sorry attempt at playing it. Most people, of course, when you get a guitar, the first thing you do is learn a few chord shapes, which means you have to learn a few shapes on the guitar, put your fingers in specific positions, and you start off to learn playing a bit of a grunge. Oh, that's all very well and good if you're going to sing something, and my voice is absolutely appalling, so I won't sing anything to that. But wouldn't it be nice to actually play a tune on the guitar? And this is a very simple little Spanish folk song that's quite easy to play. I'm going to show you how to do it. And it uses a system of guitar music called tabs. And if you search the internet for these, you'll find thousands and thousands. All your dream songs that you wanted to play, your guitar licks, guitar riffs, they're all out there on the internet for free. You just have to understand how to use these guitar tabs. So this little song we're going to learn is called Malaguen. And I'm just going to put up a copy of the tabs quickly. You can take a screenshot and print it out. And I'll explain how it works. First of all, you'll notice that alongside the normal music, which has 5 lines, there are an extra 6 lines on a parallel stave, as it's called. And the reason for this is because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guitar strings. Now, one thing about it is that the highest string is actually the lowest string on your guitar, because if you look at the guitar, it looks like this, and when you turn it round, the top string goes down to the bottom. So when I put a number on the highest line, I'm actually playing the physically lowest string, but the highest note on the guitar. And the way it works is if there's a 0 on a line, it means just play that string, just pluck that string. So I just need to adjust the camera a little bit here so you can see what I'm doing. You know, cutting my head off a little bit, so I'll try and do it a bit better. Yeah. So here, as you can see, this is the highest string. And if there's a 0 on this line, then I just pluck the string. No fingers here whatsoever. Now, if there would be a 1, then I'm referring to this position here, this fret, number 1. And it's logical, 1, 2, 3, 4. We won't be going any higher than 4 today. What's handy, you'll notice that fret 3 often has a dot. Fret 5 always has a dot, so it's quite easy to see where they are without counting them. Now, a big mistake beginners make is with putting their fingers flat on the fretboard, and unfortunately that leads to sort of a duff sound. What you need to do is to practice making half of a McDonald's M. If you are familiar with the McDonald's M, or if you know how to do the heart shape with your hands, this is the where you need to hold your finger. So the fingers come vertically down from above. So if we take a look at the first part of the Malaguen sheet, I hope you've paused the video and printed it out. You'll see that the first little group of notes starts off with a 0 on the highest string, 0, and then a 1. So I need to bend my first finger like that. So I always use first finger, second finger, third finger, possibly fourth finger here. 1, 2, 3. And I should keep using those fingers for those positions unless I have good reason to move my hand anywhere else. So my hand is going to stay still. So 0, 1, and then the next note is number 3. So I use the third finger. And it's important to press just behind the fret. If I press too far away, it doesn't sound very good. So then the first 3 notes again, 0, 1, 3, and then it goes back to 1, and then 0 again. So just that first little phrase of notes. And if you want to get into the mood, you can stamp your feet and shout, "Olé!" I'm not going to do it now, but I'll give you a link at the end of the video where you can see me misbehaving with a friend in RVs and trying to play this, and clap your hands and do a little flamenco dance. Again, 0, 1, 3, 1, 0. And that's the first part of the song. I'll just play it once through and see if you can follow it through on the tab sheet. That's just the first part. Now, as you can imagine, if you can play that, people are going to say, "Hey, he can play something," instead of just ching, chinga, chinga, ching on the guitar. So let's carry on and do it slowly. First part, 0, 1, 3, 1, 0. And now the numbers go to the next line down. So on the guitar that's actually up because everything's reversed. So on to the next string, 0, and then 3, third finger, 1, 0, 1. I'll just do that second bit again. 0, 3, 1, 0, 1. So let's put them both together from the beginning. 0, 1, 3, 1, 0. And now the next phrase, 0, 3, 1, 0, 1. Now the next one is finger 2, but on the next string. So 2, 0, 2. And then it goes back in the other direction. 0, 1, 0, 3, 1, 0. Next string, 2, 0. And then the next string, third finger, 3, 2. So the whole thing very slow again from the beginning. 0, 1, 3, 1, 0. Over to the next string. 0, 3, 1, 0, 1. Next string. 2, 0, 2. Back onto the other string. 0, 1, 0, 3, 1, 0. To the next string. 2, 0. Next string. 3, 2. If by any chance you've already learnt some chords, then this would be a good time to play an E chord if you know that chord. These two here and this one here, and shout "Olé," of course. So let's play it once more. Oh, excuse me, we'll cut that out. And you can practice that until you've got it off fairly quickly and try and phrase it a bit. So. And the next piece that you'll see on the tabs is a little bit more difficult. You need to use your small finger for the 4. So we're going right down to the bottom string, or the top string as it is here physically. And it's just a matter of practice. You'll notice, of course, this is a bit uncomfortable at first if you're a beginner to hold your fingers out so wide, but I'm sure if you watch your favourite guitar players with your favourite bands, you'll see, you know, they quite often have their fingers wide apart. In fact, I used to play in a band with a very fine guitarist, and one of the reasons I can play a bit of guitar is I used to watch what they were doing. And he could do an impossible stretch with his little finger down here. And I said, how on earth do you do that? It's impossible. And he says, yeah, it is impossible. I couldn't do it until I fell off my bike and broke my finger on my hand. And when it reset, I could do it. So I don't suggest falling off your bike and breaking your fingers on accident. But with a bit of practice, of course, you can increase the amount of space between your fingers. So I hope that's a nice little start, and go out there and have a look in the internet, find some tabs. You'll find loads and loads of songs that you can play, and hey, it's great fun. And yeah, it's great to sit in your RV, and you know, if you're in the middle of the country, you can rock it up, and nobody's going to complain. I've actually got an amplifier here as well if I want to, so you know, I can really rock the woods up if I want. So I hope you enjoy that, and want to put a video up on YouTube if you learn how to play. Cheers. Bye folks.